All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, we are back again on the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. You probably would have seen me on Matisse's channel. That's why it took a little bit of time. As you know, that was a bit of an emergency show with all the Lukaku news that has happened over the last 24 hours. We've got the Here We Go from Fabrizio Romano. Obviously, I did a stream on my channel straight after that yesterday. So do check out that particular show as well with Kishan, which was proper flames. We had the sunglasses on and whatnot. It was vibes all together. But yeah, obviously today we're going to continue talking a little bit more about Lukaku because I've got the boys, Kishan. Ameya will be joining very, very soon. The Chelsea news team will be here. Again, there we go. As I'm speaking about Ameya, Ameya's here. Ameya, how you doing, bro?
Yep, pretty good. Sorry about joining a bit late, boys, but yep, let's get this show started.
Brilliant. Oh my days. We've got 70 people after 1 minute. Let's smash the like button. Let's get those likes up to 70 straight away. Let's not hesitate one bit. As I've always said, the likes are directly correlated to the growth of this channel. And you guys have been rocking up every single day without a fail. It doesn't matter when I stream, you guys are here. So I know the love is there. Smash the like button, get those likes up. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Very, very close to, whoa, what was that?
Just going to like you. I'm just going to like the video. The advert came on.
I was like, what was that? Yeah, and if you're here for the first time, subscribe. We're going mad to 7,000 subscribers. I mean, we're literally about less than 300 subscribers away. We've got a lot to talk about. As I said, we want to talk about Didier Drogba's tweet. His beaten Chelsea admin to announcing Lukaku. So he's pretty much said to the Chelsea admin, I'm the captain now. I'm taking over. So it'll be very interesting to talk to the boys. We've been talking as a group for the past few weeks that we better have a striker. We better have a striker next time we talk. We finally do have a striker. So it'll be very good to talk about that and get the boys and their opinion. We'll talk about the Super Cup squad as well, provisional squad that's out, get the boys' thoughts on some of the names that are not there, which will be interesting to talk to the boys about. And of course, how can we not talk about Lionel Messi? I think we'll start the show with Messi. Whether this is Chelsea news or not, that doesn't matter at the end of the day. We're all either Messi or Ronaldo or at times both. And it was such an emotional press conference, so we'll talk about that. And there's some late Tammy Abraham news that just came around, so we'll talk about that as well. So lots to cover. Kishan, my boy, how you doing?
I'm buzzing as well with all the news we've had, with all the comps and all the threads I've been watching on Lukaku. On top of that, remembering him from the Euros where he was so good as well. So I'm absolutely buzzing. And like we were here last week, Miz, we were saying next week we better have some news on Haaland or whatever. We've got a whole different striker, and we'll get into why it's not a bad thing. And I like this new breaking news thing. Is that a new thing you put in, Miz, across our screen? Because I don't remember that ever having that.
Do you know what? That was always there. I thought since we've delivered news, we should have that ticker at the bottom. Give us that news vibe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like we're on CNN or something.
We are on CNN. We're live, bro. You guys better be coming up with your suits next week, man. This is unacceptable, even for myself as well. I gotta suit up. Ibs is here. Good to see you, Ibs.
What's mad though, Miz? Next week, like when we have this show at this time, we'll already have played our first Premier League fixture.
Ooh, that is mad. That's going to be very, very good. In fact, we would have played the Super Cup as well, and the Crystal Palace. So there'll be a lot to. Oh. Yeah, we'll wait for next week. I can see some fans. Brent Smith, long time no see. Kishan, there you go. You got fanboys are here for you, Kishan. I saw some good notes for Ameya as well. Big up Kishan and Ameya from Lukaku is back. Ibsy, quality stream, lads. Thank you so much, Ibsy. All right, boys, let's get straight into this because, as I said, there's so much to talk about. Let me just bring up Victor Romano. We'll start with the Messi conversation first because let's get that out of the way, and then obviously we'll talk about all of the other Chelsea stuff. So meanwhile, let me just bring this up. But firstly, Ameya, did you get to watch the press conference?
Yep, I did. I mean, it was very emotional, wasn't it? That clip of Messi crying at the beginning, which is why, as much as I hate Barcelona for how they've especially treated us in the Champions League, It doesn't feel right. I don't know. It just does not feel right. It was so hard for me to accept the Ronaldo to Juventus transfer. I mean, initially it was the Neymar to PSG transfer. Then it was the Ronaldo to Juventus transfer. But now Messi leaving Barcelona, I don't know, man. There has to be a glitch in the simulation. There has to be.
Someone please find out that glitch, man. Sort that out. Get the developers out. But yeah, man, I was literally just waiting around, Kishan. And first of all, I thought the internet was going to break. There was literally, before the even press conference started, 2 hours before, there was 12,000 people. And as the time was getting closer and closer, it became 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. Literally 10 minutes before the press conference started, there was about close to 100,000. And as soon as the press conference started, there was about 600,000 live. I was like, that's insane. And I think the peak I saw was about 700,000. I mean, literally, we all have our clubs, obviously Chelsea Football Club. Others have their own club, but all also have Messi. And as I said, Messi or Ronaldo or both at times. We all represent either both or one. I mean, Kishan, obviously we haven't been able to talk about this. Lionel Messi, this is the picture. He literally came out crying into the press conference. He could not speak for the first couple of minutes. The whole thing, it's his life. That club is not just a football club. That's not just where he, makes his money and whatnot. It is literally his life. He was saying that he got married, he had 3 kids. It's sad that it's ended like that. Like, he never got to finish in front of his fans. He never got to see the Camp Nou. Like, literally, the fans were going to be coming in this season. I think Camp Nou holds about 95,000 or maybe 100,000. I don't know exactly, but I think it's very high. You just know that if they all knew that this was coming to an end on his last game, it would just be earthquake. Literally, it will be earthquake. I mean, what do you make of all of this, man?
Like, it makes a lot of sense for how much traction. To be fair, I think he's gone under the radar slightly as well. But when you look at him, it's like he's almost like bigger than football, because a lot of people say he's the best footballer that's ever lived. So you look through the history of football, and this guy on the screen could be the best ever. And he's a one club guy, and he's leaving that club. So it makes a lot of sense. And through life, him being at Barcelona since I was young was always one of those constants in life. You know how there's just some characters and some people that stay in certain places for stability. Messi was one of them that you only really remember. He's only really played for Barcelona. So it's actually crazy that he's moving on. And the way it happened, because I remember the day it happened, like Fabrizio earlier in the day was like, oh, it's just formality. It's been done for ages. There's no doubt about it. He's signing till 2026. And then after that, a few hours later, I remember seeing that they can't afford the renewal. And those kind of rumors were going around previously, but I thought there was something in the background and they'd got past it. And then you saw all the stuff coming out officially and whatnot. And then it's just, even the videos from Barcelona and stuff, I feel like it doesn't quite capture the moment enough. I think you can say all these words like, oh, thank you, and thank you, Messi, etc. He's so much bigger than that. He's just like he's an icon of the next level. And I don't think anyone in football has probably done more for one club than he's done for Barcelona.
100% agreed, man. As I said, it's sad, the fact that he's not being able to go out the way it should have been. Obviously this tweet over here, Messi, I was convinced to stay out here at Barcelona. This is my home, our home. I wanted to stay at Barca, and it was the plan. And today I've to say goodbye after many entire life here. Ameya, he did say that last season he wanted to get out. This season, however, he wanted to stay. I mean, it's incredible. I think the deal with PSG is almost getting done as well. I think Julian Laurent's, let me just bring that up. I think he said that it is done deal. Yeah, Messi to PSG is done. Medical tonight or tomorrow morning in Paris. Then he will sign his contract. This is incredible. I mean, it seems like, as I said, he didn't want to leave, and this is more of a compromise now. Obviously, there's been many clubs that came after him. I think Chelsea was one of them as well. Apparently, they were knocking on the door and seeing if there's ever a chance, because at the end of the day, he's just a global superstar. as whether we want him or not, that's a different story. I think how can you deny someone like Messi if he's knocking on the door? Do you know what I mean? Like it'll be ridiculous to say no to that. But Messi to PSG, Ameya, looks like done. It's incredible.
It's incredible. It's like, I mean, it's just so hard to get over it, the fact that he won't be playing for Barcelona, and we've said that so many times. But I mean, realistically, PSG was probably going to be the only club who were going to be able to afford him, weren't they? I mean, looking into the wage demands and stuff like that, it just doesn't apply to them. You know, FFP just does not apply to to PSG, which is why, you know, as soon as the official statement came out saying that, you know, Barcelona cannot afford to sign Lionel Messi again for the following season, everyone just straight up said PSG, right? And then like minutes later, Fabrizio Romano tweeted out that PSG are already working on a deal. And you know, what was it, like a day later probably, that Fabrizio Romano came out and said that, you know, it's very close to happening now, and you know, Messi's entourage is you know, initially it was shocking for me as well. I honestly thought it was like very late in the night for me when it was announced. And I mean, I think Miz was sleeping too, wasn't he? If I remember correctly.
I woke up to a chaos. I had literally WhatsApp messages from different groups. And in our group, Ameya, we've obviously got a few other people as well. Kunal was saying that it's Ziyech. He scared me. I think he purposely scared me. He's like, please wake up. Your boy Habibi Ziyech is leaving. And then I literally got worried. I was like, don't do this, AC Milan. And you know what came in my mind first up, Ameya? I was like, that bloody Kishan's going to laugh. He's going to laugh. He wanted this. I swear to you that came in my mind. So I was like, Kishan is laughing in my back, you know, somewhere in the background. But I'm glad that's not what happened. But yeah.
I don't hate him.
Ladies and gentlemen, he does hate him. No, let's be honest.
You've got a stinky agenda, Kishan. You don't have to hide it.
But I've caught me out now.
But yeah, I mean, I was still in denial, and honestly, I thought that, you know, it still could end up being applied. I thought the whole press conference and you know, the official statement was to put pressure on the La Liga chiefs to sort of make an exception for this one rule. But then, you know, after that, you know, the way things started moving in terms of the PSG deal, that, you know, slowly I was like, you know what, maybe it's not a ploy after all. Maybe Messi's actually gone. And then, you know, looking back at it, I mean, it's still surreal that he's gone, but PSG are going to be unstoppable next season. And it's unfortunate that they have Pochettino at the helm, because, you know, he does not have much experience with trophies, let's be honest. But, you know, if PSG don't win the Champions League next season, it's going to be, I don't know, man, it's going to be incredible. It's also interesting to see whether Mbappe will stay. I know we had a couple of comments there before, but it could be very interesting. But I think Messi and Neymar are gonna be staying at PSG for sure next season. So you know, let's see how it works out. I mean, they've made some amazing signings this summer. They've signed Ramos as well. So PSG next season, I just think their squad is, you know, one level above every other squad in Europe right now, and especially with the signing of Messi, I think they're comfortably the best team in Europe right now. And you know, kudos to them for being able to for getting on the deal so quickly, right? I mean, the second they got to know that Messi was probably going to be available, they started working on it.
They were not messing around. Hey, get that brother to my team. But I mean, it's a very good point. You know, Mbappe linked with Real Madrid. Obviously, we'll see what happens in that. But we were doing the stream yesterday, Ishan and myself, Kishan, and the lineup that PSG could have, the different variations, 4-3-3, false 9, 3 at the back. It was incredible, the plethora of talent. Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, you know, then you have Wijnaldum, Verratti, Paredes, then you got Hakimi, Bernard, Sergio Ramos, Kimpembe, and then in goalkeeping, Donnarumma. I mean, Marquinhos as well. I mean, Kishan, let's get to the nitty-gritty of this, and then we'll move on to the Didier Drogba stuff. If this team doesn't, I mean, it's literally been assembled like the world's greatest superheroes, it seems like. Assembled like your Galacticos back in those days. Assembled to win the Champions League. And also, on the side note, I mean, kudos to Pochettino, man. It's like he's hit the lottery. He left Spurs and he's in like he's literally got a team that is on steroids at the moment, which is incredible. You see where Spurs are and you see where PSG is. But Kishan, if they can't win the Champions League with that team, that's that's criminal activity for me. Like literally, that is set up to win the Champions League. What's your thoughts? Do you think it's as easy like that, or do you think a team is more important, like Chelsea, what they're doing? Like a team philosophy is far more important than an individual philosophy.
For sure, the team is way more important. Like PSG have had these problems before where they got too many prima donnas and too many egos in the side. And I think they'll probably run into that problem a bit more this year. But the one thing that sort of changes it for me is that the leadership of Ramos. Sergio Ramos kind of changes a lot for me, where I think he has a big say in kind of trying to bring everyone together, and everyone will look to him as the experienced head, someone who's won 4 Champions Leagues. Messi, if he comes in, he's won 4 Champions Leagues as well. So these two players with the know-how should be able to try and change that. You look at someone like Achraf Hakimi, and he's just played under Antonio Conte at Inter, where they were a proper team as well. So I think they're trying to slowly change that. But I still wouldn't be surprised, like, if they bump into us or City in the Champions League and we put up a fight and actually knock them out, because it just doesn't seem to work that way, where you've got all the best players and you have to try and find a style of play that suits everyone. I know there's the whole thing where you got someone like Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, and those players should actually just be so good that it doesn't matter. But it really does. And the sum is quite better than the sum of a lot of hardworking players actually always seems to come out on top.
100%
So
right.
with us, when you look at us improving with someone like Lukaku, if we got PSG, you'd look at their team and it's hard not to be scared, but it's nothing that we should be too afraid of, knowing with what we've got in the back of our side as well.
100%. Ashley is saying, Miss PSG defense is bad though. I would not say they are sure to win. I mean, they did get Sergio Ramos. Yeah, Sergio Ramos and Donnarumma in goalkeeping. Kimpembe, Marquinhos, Hakimi, Bernard.
It's just the left back spot, I think, and that's
Bernard's not bad, bro. Bernard's not bad.
Is he not? He's not like. He doesn't seem like the superstar level now that they're going for.
Yeah, that may be. That may be for sure. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we literally had 300 people live just a moment ago. It's up to 290 right now. Get those likes up to 300 straight away, or at least to 200 straight if you're enjoying this. We will start talking about Romelu Lukaku very, very soon. I did see a very nice comment here saying, Miz, can you pull out Lukaku's conversion rate? You know what? The boys are ahead of you guys. The boys were actually sharing this in the DMs with me. So we will bring that out and talk a lot about Didier Drogba. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it is the end of an era. Barcelona, I feel like Messi is Barcelona and Barcelona is Messi. They better make a statue for him. They better do all sorts of madness for him, because I don't think this team will ever be the same again. Just quickly, before we move on to the Drogba situation, Drogba's tweet and Lukaku and whatnot, just in one sentence from both of you guys, Barcelona, are they ever going to be the same? Are we going to see a decline from them in Europe? I mean, with Messi, they weren't doing that great in Europe anyway, but are we actually now going to start seeing them declining? I'll go to you, Kishan. Quick thought on that.
For me, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the fallen giants type of, when AC Milan went on that slump, that really deep slump. It wouldn't surprise me at all now.
Yeah, Ameya, similar sort of vibe as well.
Yep, similar sort of vibe, but they've got some great youngsters there, and if they're able to keep a hold of them and move on, basically the problem is the big wage eaters, right? And if they're able to move them on, or once their contract sort of expires, I think they're going to be rich enough once again, and by that time maybe the youngsters have reached a pretty decent level as well. So I could see them competing down the line, but the next 2-3 years are going to be very tough for them.
100, man. I mean, yeah, it'll be interesting. It's what you said. They do have some very interesting youngsters, but we'll see, man. I mean, not having that not having that experience of Messi is going to be pretty crazy as well. Pedri is a very good up-and-coming star. All right, let's move on to the real Chelsea news right now. This is where the game starts. This is where the boys want to give their bits and pieces on this. We've got 300 live right now. Let's get those likes up to 300 straight away. You're going to enjoy what's going to happen from here on in. Not to mention that you haven't enjoyed already. I'm pretty sure you have. One Didier Drogba has thought, I'll just go ahead and do this my own way. I don't care about Chelsea.
Fine, then I'll do this myself.
I'll just do this myself. I know. I think I saw Simon Johnson. You know what? I'll come back to this. I do want to bring out. It was a really good tweet from Simon. I think it was Simon Johnson. Let me just see if it was Simon Johnson. He goes. Let me just. I think I'll just show it to you guys. You guys find it funny. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, here we go. I found this real funny. So obviously Didier Drogba tweeted out, which we'll return back to. And then Simon Johnson says, as far as in the no goes, I mean, does anyone want to comment underneath Didier Drogba's and say, oh, here we go. Here's another one of those in the nose, trying to give out Chelsea news. All for the clout. Are we, Didier? All for the clout. Going back to the Didier Drogba tweet, go to you, Ameya, first up. I mean, everyone saw this. I saw this straight away. Luckily, I was actually flicking through Twitter at that time, and I saw this. I mean, this is madness. Did you expect this from Didier Drogba? I mean, I think we are all expecting Drogba to be part of the announcement when they make the video for Lukaku because they're so, they've got a special bond together. But this from Didier Drogba, seems a bit premature. Do you know what I mean?
Yep, definitely. I mean, I'm sure that Chelsea are probably going to, try and get some major announcement going, something that really hypes us up. It's kind of like how we got an excellent announcement for Havertz last season. We were made to wait for so long for that Havertz announcement, but it was worth it. Initially Rudiger made out that video of him saying, announce Havertz. And then later on, Chelsea dropped that amazing video. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get a fantastic video, a homecoming sort of video. There's a clip of him.
Better do a big video. They better do a big video, man.
They should. There was a clip of him at Stamford Bridge as well, wasn't it? Saying that, one day I'm going to play here. They have to include that as well. Yeah. It's going to be a banger of a video, and hopefully Drogba does feature, but he's jumped the gun, surely. I mean,
he just couldn't handle it. He couldn't hold it on anymore.
Exactly, and there's the tick down there as well. I mean, if you scroll down, I think that he's put a tick there as well. So
I mean, if it wasn't official enough, he had to do the what do you call it? What's his name? What's that guy's name? Christian Falk's tick. It's true. True.
So Kishan. He's jumped the gun, but hopefully it's an exciting announcement. And now you know what? Now we definitely know for sure that the deal's done.
I mean, does it even matter what Chelsea admin does now, to be honest? Kishan, my man, last week, we were sitting here, Ameya wasn't here, obviously, and we were literally saying that, oh man, it's looking peak. It's looking peak. We better have a striker because we didn't know where it was going. Haaland news was sort of kind of dying a little bit, and then Lukaku, we didn't know what was going on. He was staying, and literally it just blew into just 1,000 pieces this week. Kishan, how you feeling, man? We've got ourselves a lethal striker. Are you confident? Talk to me.
Bro, of course I'm confident with after who we've got. And it all seems to start on Sunday when we said that. The next day, Matt Law came back from holiday. And it just blew up, didn't it? But I think when I looked at it in terms of who reported it first, when I went on The Athletic, it was Simon Johnson who said first that they rejected 2 bids, hadn't they? So on Monday that whole thing started, and even just from Monday, it kind of seemed like he was the more likely option. And I think we'll get into why him against Haaland. But in terms of what I see from our side is we've got the guy prime 28. We know he's in the 100 club for Premier League goals already. He's already in the 100 club, so we know he's proven there. He comes in as a leader as well. You could put the captain's armband on him and he'd be perfectly acceptable, but in terms of, he won't be, but he'll be a massive leader for everyone around him, and he'll bring up levels. Before, when you think about Haaland, I feel like everyone would play to Haaland's strengths. I think this guy is going to make everyone around him so much better. Like, I think Timo Werner is going to love having this guy around. I think
I hope he can
Ziyech,
put those goals away, Timo Werner. Do you know what I mean?
your boy Ziyech as well. Like, he could have a field day with his party pass of that cutting in, puts it in. Reece, Hudson-Odoi. I expect so much from these players because of Lukaku coming in.
Yeah.
And it's just like, even for the fee now, you look at how we were negotiating for days and you wonder when it was going at 130, you think just pay. But you look at how the clubs run and they're squeezing out 1.5 million for bait, 1.5 for 5
million for Tino Livramento. Yeah,
5 for Livramento. So even with these deals like Lukaku, you wonder, like, why are they taking so long? But every like £500,000 or £1 million that you can squeeze out, you're fighting so hard to get these sums for the smaller players. So to keep this under 100 million as well, he's not broke the record. Bit less pressure on him, not less pressure from us though. You're the man to win us the league. You better do it.
Yeah, 100, man. I mean, so well said, Kishan. Honestly, he'll improve. Hopefully he improves. I'm pretty certain because his numbers, Ameya, last season was very, very good. I think somewhere around 24. Yeah, go on, Kishan.
One more thing, he don't come with that baggage of someone like Raiola at the club. He doesn't come with that baggage of he plays well for a season or two and instantly you get those links of Real Madrid and someone's fueling it. This guy he's gonna sign a 5-year deal, and at 33 he'll probably still be with us. And by that stage, hopefully he's won a lot.
And not just that, you know what, Kishan, I think he's one of those physical specimen, just like your Cristiano Ronaldo and your Thiago Silva's and Lewandowski as well at the age of 33. I think he could play on.
Go on, yeah. And even like the day after we won the Champions League, we were talking about who we could add. And before the Haaland thing got a bit more serious, we were all saying, I know with Rice, there's that thing where like some people don't want him, some people do. But we were saying Rice and Lukaku purely for that Chelsea kind of factor. Like, they're Chelsea people, so they get it a bit more. They add that extra hunger. When you look at Lukaku for how good he is in terms of trophies, I still think in terms of trophies purely, he's underachieved for how good he is. And when he comes to us, that's where he needs to put it right. And there's no better club for him to do it at.
100, man, 100. I mean, I love the fact that, he's conquered Scudetto. He's got that under his belt. And as soon as this situation materialized, he didn't think twice. He just, took his opportunity and he's coming here. And he's put himself in the best opportunity to now win the Premier League. So not many players out there that can say that they've won leagues in different areas. So he could be one of those ones where I've won the Scudetto, I've won, hopefully, the Premier League. And the other crazy factor, and we will get to this particular commentary from Brent Smith very soon, Ameya, the way he left the last time when he was gone from Chelsea, I remember Bayern Munich, Super Cup, missed the penalty. And the fact that he could return back 10 years later in the same sort of situation, Super Cup, and we will
miss a penalty again.
Nah, please, I beg. No missed penalties. I hope we beat Villarreal 5-6-0. But look, I don't expect him to start. But Ameya, that's a bit of a, I don't know. Was it sort of written in the stars? Like 10 years later, comes back, Super Cup. We are literally pushing for the medical, which is meant to happen today, apparently, to get it all done and dusted so we can announce him by tomorrow, have him in the squad by Tuesday, I think is the latest that you can have the cutoff for Super Cup. I mean, quite incredible how this is all panned out, yeah?
Yep, definitely. It seems like written in the stars moment. And honestly, he should have been back when we let go of Diego Costa, man. If it wasn't for, it was Mino Raiola at that time who was his agent too, wasn't it? I think he was the one who, because of whom we weren't able to get Lukaku and instead had to settle for Morata. So honestly, this is just incredible, honestly. And, it's one of those written in the stars story, like you said, and he simply has to come back and bang it out of the park right now. He doesn't have a choice anymore. He simply has to do it. And it would be great to see that. And I think we signed him on this day 10 years ago as well, if I'm not wrong.
Medical.
So,
He did the medical like on this exact day.
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
that would, I mean, honestly, there's just too many coincidences, and hopefully we do announce him, right? I mean, it would be so cool. Imagine Chelsea saying 10 years ago we signed Lukaku, today we sign him again. I mean,
Just retweet. Just go and find that tweet and retweet it.
also,
Was Twitter even there back then? I'm sure there probably was.
Probably. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, that's a good question. Live chat, let us know. 400 of you guys. Let us know if Twitter was around back in 2011, or even football Twitter was around. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, continue.
But yeah, I think it's going to be incredible, and he better tweet, "I'm signing for the Champions League winner," and Chelsea better come up with something exquisite. But yeah, it is a written in the stars moment, and the way everything's going, he just has to succeed, and I don't see it going any other way. He is publicly regarded by Drogba as his successor, right? He's come out and said Lukaku is my successor at Chelsea Football Club. I mean, he's so close to him as well. He announced Lukaku before we officially did, and Lukaku always wanted to make it here. Just look at his career, right? He signed for us way back 10 years ago. Then he went on loan to West Brom. Then he went on loan to Everton. Then he banged it at Everton. Then he was so close to joining us back, but then went to United. Then it didn't work out at United, so he had to go to Inter, and now finally he's coming back, right? So it's incredible, and it's too good for him not to bang it now. He just has to. He doesn't have a choice. 30 goals next season in all comps.
Wow, 30 goals.
It's not an option, man.
I was just going to say the expectation. I mean, Kishan, it's fantastic that he's in his prime at the moment. 28, physique just looks, my days. His legs, his upper body is just, the defenders in the Premier League, they are going to be so worried. Yeah, we talked about this. We don't have that X factor up front in terms of a striker that comes out of the tunnel and side by side with the opposition, that they look and go, oh my God, we're going to have a tough day today. I mean, look at this guy, man. This guy's big, tall, strong. The fact that we've now got him in the prime, what is your true expectation, Kishan? I mean, honestly, as Ameya said, his Premier League proven. So it's not like, I need some adaptation time. I feel like 20 plus goal minimum if we are to challenge for the title, right?
Yeah, like in the league, he's a 20 goal guy, like 20 plus goal guy. I think what it kind of depends on with us is who takes the penalties as well. Because if he's not on penalties and Jorginho carries on, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go slightly under 20, but then without penalties, that's actually still brilliant. Like, towards the 17, 18 mark, that's still brilliant without penalties. But if he was on our penalties, I think up to around 25 would be anywhere. Anything that Kane does, you'd expect Lukaku to kind of be there or thereabouts. Yeah. And just like stylistically, though, this guy is literally perfect for us because no matter how much of the ball we have, I still think on the counters, we look like the most threatening on counters. And this guy can play counter-attack football. He can be an in-the-box striker. So he can do a bit of everything. Whereas you look at Harry Kane, Kane can do a bit of both, but I feel like he slows down counters quite a lot. And I saw this with England because he just literally doesn't have the raw pace that Lukaku does. Yeah. Lukaku's like, he can take on people one-on-one. He can bump into them. It's just like they don't know what's hit him when he bumps into them. So I just love that. And like you said,
a truck.
Yeah. You look at him, like you're standing next to him in the tunnel. You can just imagine Mark Gurhey. He's like, I should have just waited one more game week, play, not signed for Palace and then gone. But like, you just look at him and he's gonna be everything that we needed for a long time. Ameya said we should have got him in 2017, and it's right. Like he should have been a Costa replacement. But like, it's just worked out so perfectly because he didn't come. We carried on winning trophies.
Yeah.
Then he kind of bulked up he had these digestive issues and stuff. He bulked up and he became this like almost this laughing stock at United. So I think the time
First
where
touch
we're getting
and all of that.
Yeah, literally all of that. So I think the time that we're getting him is literally perfect. Where I know a lot of the rival fans will say, yeah, but he wasn't great the last time he was at United. But I also believe that when he was at United, I was with that group saying, his touch is not brilliant. But a player can improve. You can't look past that. You have to look at what they've done most recently. And under Antonio Conte, he's made him like into a different player. The Inter fans on Twitter, if you look, they're saying like, you're not getting the same player that Manchester United had. This guy is a whole different animal. He is a whole different, and no one really hates him. Like, for even the way he's left, the Inter fans are not really hating on him because he's done so much in that little time period that he had to bring the Scudetto back. And imagine we get this, but just for more years, and it's just, this is all positives.
Nah, man, absolutely. So well said, Kishan. How you said Inter literally looking at the Premier League and saying, you're not getting back the play you gave us. Like, you are actually getting a lethal weapon now. Incredible stuff that Conte did with him. Conte knew. That's why Conte wanted him at Chelsea. Conte knew that this guy is perfectly set out to be, the kind of striker that we are seeing right now. Powerful, pacey. I
love the videos, Miz. Like, you see, like, Inter's midfield get the ball, and then you got Lautaro who's running in behind, and you got Lukaku who's turned his back to goal, and he's just pushing into the defender, ready for the ball to come to his feet so he can do something. It's just incredible. So good to see, because you can imagine our players like Werner spinning off and doing that, and you got Lukaku bumping into any defender. Only one you can look at in the league and think that'd be a good fight is like Maguire and Van Dijk against him. But the rest he should have on toast.
Do you know what? I can't wait till Lukaku plays Man United. I can't wait because I think that's going to be a fire. And I think if he scores, he will celebrate like none other right in front of the Man United fan base as well. And he'll be hopefully pointing this way, like, you know what I mean? You were mocking us and mocking me and the first touch and all of that. Do you know what I mean?
It's him plus other games where, like, you just look at the games we've had and without a proper striker. So teams like Arsenal, we do really well against Arsenal when we've had like Drogba and Costa. They make Arsenal their own. Like, they both did really well. And since we've not had that kind of striker, we struggle against Arsenal because they did the double over us. They've beaten us in cup finals, etc. Lukaku, like, giving us that kind of striker, he'll actually, like, they will fear him a lot. And I think Ben
White will not know what hit him.
When we go into the second fixture, just having this guy in big games now, and I don't buy into this whole he doesn't score against big teams or whatever. He's still like, he's that striker now where even if he doesn't score, he does a lot. Like we have with Werner, he will make something for someone else. And on top of that, we need someone to score against the smaller teams as well. So there's nothing bad from it. Like, we need someone to score against low blocks. So all positives.
100%. There's, we struggle against the low blocks and we need goals over there as well. Ameya, there was a question earlier on and I want to address that. Who's the best player to link up with Lukaku up front? I'll give my answer after I hear you guys. I'll go with you, Ameya. Who are you expecting Lukaku to possibly link up with?
You're going to say Ziyech, aren't you? It's no secret.
I'm going to say, like, I got like four. So
Ziyech for me is going to be more sort of in the middle, like a cam role. So I'm talking about up front, whether it be two or maybe you might have two inside forwards or however you want to play it out.
Up front, it would probably be either of Havertz or Werner as well, right? It would depend. I think we're going to see a lot of rotation in the front three. So however we do set up, right? Sometimes
but the best one that you think. Best one. Sure, there'll be rotation, there'll be everything. But in your opinion, the best one that would link up with him?
Just up front. Not just up front.
Or you can even say, if you think it's Ziyech from Cam, that will link up with him.
I would actually say Hudson-Odoi or Reece James, whoever play on the right wing back spot. That's who I would personally go for. Havertz is the obvious answer, right? Which is why I want to make things slightly interesting. So I would say Hudson-Odoi. I think he's going to have a field. I think he's going to start a lot of games on the right wing back this season. Yep. So he's going to have a deadly partnership with Lukaku. We've seen him play so many passes, especially in the preseason games. Hudson-Odoi's passing from that angle it's been phenomenal. It's not just crossing, right? It's the early passes to release the player in, and Lukaku has the pace as well as the power to, even if the pass is slightly misplaced, he can bump into the defender and then go on and claim his goal. So honestly, I would say Hudson-Odoi. It's a little bit of an outside shout, but I'm going to say Hudson-Odoi.
No, I like that. I really do. It's a very, very well thought out one because let's be honest, Hudson-Odoi is not really a right wing back. He's literally a right winger.
Yep.
So him, cutting those balls in, whether it be a cross or just bring it into the box, you can just see that left foot just come. I can just picture it. That left foot, as soon as it's cut in, that left foot just boom, and the net is just shattered. The keeper's got no idea what happened, or even like a cross that's just drifting in nicely, and the big frame just get up and just header that in. Oh my god, it's gonna be epic. But Kishan, for you, who's gonna be the one that will have the best connection with Lukaku?
Mendy, who chipped the ball long and it actually stick.
Mendy puts in a long ball, direct ball from like Edison style, and he ends up getting that goal.
It could happen, but I'm very similar to Ameya in thinking our right wing backs or whoever plays on that right side, even with Reece, I think they get robbed of too many assists without having that target man centre forward. So I'd go for them too, but like I said, I can't narrow it down to one. But Timo Werner, surely
this guy a chance?
Maybe actually, Timo Werner, surely Timo Werner has to like benefit the most from Lukaku.
Do you know what, Kishan? Just pause that for a moment and let's deep it for a second. I know we laugh about this. I want to see what Ameya has to say about it as well. But I'll go back to you, Kishan. I know we laugh about it. That Timo's missed 19 big chances last season, and already this preseason, he's that last shot against Spurs, how he was running for the goal, and he literally just like I can't believe that shot went so wide left. It wasn't even funny. But if they can work in tandem, Lukaku and Werner, and the chances that Werner gets and the areas he gets into, if he somehow feels less pressure that Big Rom is here, I'm happy to be the Robin to the Batman. And this is no disrespect either. Robin can do damage as well. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, Robin's no mug. But if Kishan, if Werner gets himself into those areas and Lukaku can at times feed him in, that could be lethal, man. Like, seriously, they're quick. Movement is brilliant. I mean, that's incredible.
Bro, honestly, I feel like Lukaku, with the kind of guy he is going to take responsibility for making Werner better. I think he's going to make it part of his mission, his mandate. But he gets it.
Job description.
His job description. It will be, because that's the kind of guy he is. And like you said, like Werner will look over in terms of stature, physical stature, and even like how ahead of him he is in the game, and you look over and Lukaku, this guy will soak up all that pressure for him. You're right. And so he can go under the radar a bit, because now we've spent 100-odd million on Lukaku. He becomes the pressure point, and Timo can be himself a bit more in the back, and I think that's only just going to help him. He needs to, obviously it's not we know that he needs to improve his finishing, but he gets a lot of chances, and even with his whole assisting kind of thing, he will help Lukaku at the same time. So it works both ways. So for me, I think Werner's going to do really well. I just wanted to add some extra players into that whole debate of players we think will think. So obviously Havertz, I'm not too sure about that one. I'm not as everyone is saying Havertz. I'm like, I don't know. So Ziyech, miss for you, obviously.
I love you, bro.
Ball, yeah. It hurts to say. But
the truth comes out.
Yeah. The two we haven't seen that much talk about is actually Mount and Pulisic. Pulisic is an interesting one, because
he's almost become like an afterthought. He's almost become like an afterthought.
He's almost become like an afterthought. But like, if you remember back to like post-lockdown and stuff, I thought he had this really, really good connection with Giroud. And when those two play together, he seems to do really well. So I'm hoping that if Pulisic gets himself some good minutes this season with Big Ramesh, then I think Ameya was laughing in the background.
Ramesh.
That's it. Big name for him. I think he will do really well as well. On the other side, I don't know what you guys think of Chilwell, but I think Chilwell as a defender, like as a fullback, he gets a lot of assists as well.
Yeah,
I think you look on the other side, he got quite a few for Giroud this season.
Chilwell has that. He has that ideology to sometimes get to the byline and then cut it in. And if Lukaku
Yeah.
just hold his run and stay in the middle, it's just literally field day. just
And
stand and deliver.
When you look at Lukaku, another thing with him, he's like I was looking at his finishing, and it's like the different types of finishes he's got with the right foot as well. He's like an elite weak foot finisher as well. Weak foot, head, left foot as well. So he's got all. So it don't matter which side the chances are coming from. This is the important thing. So Chilwell is creating from here. He can still finish it somehow. Hudson-Odoi and Reece from the other side. He's got loads of finishes available to him. And miss another thing, an out there theory. If we don't sell Tammy Abraham, if we don't, and you keep the guy and he's on the bench, rotting away, but he's looking at this guy in training, do you not think he'd take mad inspiration from seeing Lukaku?
Bro, I'm not Tammy Abraham, right? But I would. If I was in Tammy Abraham's shoe, I would be like, wow. Like,
I'm thinking.
But Tammy's so desperate to just go to Arsenal. This is where, look, I don't want to smash Tammy. I don't want to slander Tammy or anything like that. But he really thinks very highly of himself. He really does. He thinks he can lead a particular football club and lead them to whatever. It didn't happen with us. He can bang in the goals, but I don't know. I mean,
he will go. Like, I think he will go. But I'm just saying, if we don't get what we want and we keep him around, he sees him, he just looks at him and he's like, I need to develop. He'd be in the kitchen having protein shakes and whatnot to try and get some size on. So I think it'd be beneficial. But obviously, I do see him going. But this is just an out there theory in case, like, because how it is like, if you're doing a job and someone comes in and they replace you and do that job better, surely you're going to look at them and think, let's have some of that.
100%. We'll start looking at the Super Cup squad very soon and talk about more interesting stuff. 489 live. 489. We're literally close to 500. Let's get to 500. The only way we will get to 500 is if you smash those like button and get these likes up to well over 300. And believe me, we will probably have 600 live right now. If you guys are enjoying and you want others to enjoy as well and get more fans coming in, as soon as you hit the like button, it literally starts getting recommended to many other Chelsea fans out there, just fans in general, and literally it'll just get flooded and we're going to get more of an audience as well. Not to say we don't already have a huge audience. So smash that like button. Let's get those likes up to well over 200. We're literally about 21 away from 200. And if you're here for the first time as well, don't hesitate to subscribe because you're here on a regular basis. And you're enjoying it. You're commenting as well. So just hit that subscribe button because by now, let's face it, as this particular comment is saying from Snehasish Mondel, best Chelsea channel in YouTube. Thank you so much, my man. So you're enjoying it. So make sure you smash that like button and check out my panelists and their socials in the description. Amir's YouTube channel's there as well. He's doing a lot of madness there. So literally the link is there. Click, goes to his page, subscribe, and check out Kishan's Twitter link as well. Literally just follow. But I think Kishan's more available in Instagram. I'll probably next week I'll add his Instagram there if you want to catch him because I've seen him more doing madness in Instagram. I don't
do madness anyway. I'm just there.
But bottom line, he doesn't really like Twitter much. But yeah, Instagram, he's a big follower. All right, let's talk about this squad. Let's bring this squad up. Look, it's a provisional squad, so one Romelu Lukaku is not in this particular scenario as yet, so you can understand it is provisional. Someone will come in. This is the Super Cup squad, the provisional squad that the game is coming on, I believe, Wednesday night. Yeah, Wednesday night, which is Thursday morning for me. I'll go through the names first, then I'll ask the lads and obviously live chat, chip in as well. Let us know what your thoughts are on some of the conversations that we're going to have and any questions that you guys have as well. Just bring that up. Goalkeepers, Kepa Arrizabalaga, Marcus Bettinelli, Edouard Mendy, Lucas Bergstone. Don't really know who that is, but yeah. Great that we have 4 goalkeepers. Defenders, Antonio Rudiger, Marcos Alonso, Andres Christensen, Thiago Silva, Kurt Zuma, Ethan Ampadu. Now, that's a surprise for me. Ben Chilwell, Reece James, Cesar Azpilicueta, Emerson, Midfielders Jorginho, N'Golo Kante, Christian Pulisic, Mateo Kovacic, Mason Mount, Hudson-Odoi, Hakim Ziyech, Faustino, Angerin, Kai Havertz. So you can see Ruben Loftus-Cheek is not there. Now, once again, provisional. He may come back, but I find it very strange how you're not there now, but then you're going to come back later. Like, was it just to, like for instance, Tina, we'll let you be in the provisional one so you feel good about yourself. And then we'll bring in Ruben Loftus-Cheek for the main one. I just can't see it happening.
Yeah,
I think the provisional one is really there for Lukaku to be added in. Forwards is Tammy Abraham, Timo Werner, Amanda Broha. Looking at this entire squad, I'll go to you, Ameya, first up. Two big names for me, and you can come up with any that you sort of think that we need to talk about. But for me, this fella over here, Ethan Ampadu, what's he doing in this squad? Like, I'm being respectful. I'm not like saying it in a disrespectful manner. I'm just saying, and I know there's rumors about Chalobah, who's probably going to get on a loan, but then again, you got Kurt Zouma, who's also rumored to leave. How did Ethan Ampadu make this particular team? Because he's literally just played, I think, 20 minutes or 30 minutes or something like that against Spurs. I don't know if that was enough to be in the squad ahead of Chalobah. I mean, what's your take on all of this, firstly, Amir?
I think Ampadu is a very surprise addition. Honestly, I would have rather had Chalobah in there. I mean, all these days, there weren't too many rumors of him leaving. I think it was just today that Adam Newson came out and published the article saying that Chalobah is probably going to go out on loan. But there's no clubs mentioned in that as well. So I'm not sure why Chalobah's been excluded from it, because he should have definitely been included in the squad. I mean, even if he is going to go out on loan after the game, right? So might as well include him for this one, and then probably not in the Premier League list. But I mean, there are some comments which say that it's because he is under 21, but I mean, it's probably something like that. He's just making up numbers, honestly, and he's definitely not going to get any of the
Wait a minute. I don't understand that. He's under 21. So what implication does that have? Am I missing something here?
I'm not sure. I actually thought that under 21s don't have to be registered in the list, so I'm not quite sure what the comment means.
I think that's true, because then you've got no Callum Hudson-Odoi and stuff, but then it don't make sense for someone like Armando Broja. Why is he on there?
Why is he on? Yeah, and then this is a Super Cup squad. It shouldn't matter about. I don't know. I don't know the implication, but I thought the age and the under 21 stuff only mattered when it was Premier League squad. Does it also matter about Super League squad, a Super Cup squad?
The Champions League squad actually, I think it has a rule that you don't have to register the under 21 players. Yeah. I remember reading about that earlier. You can just directly include them in your match day squad. For all the other players, you have to send them on a list, right? You have to register them with UEFA. But if it's an under 21 academy graduate, then you don't have to register them in the squad, right? Like their name doesn't have to be on the list. They can just directly be included. So, I mean, that would make it even worse, right? Because if that was the situation, then we didn't have to include Ethan Ampadu, because then we could have included him anyway because he's under 21. So
exactly,
he shouldn't even have been on the list. But I'm not quite sure why he's there. But he's just going to make up numbers. He's going to sit on the bench. I don't see him getting any sort of minutes. There's no way. I think, probably just making up the numbers. Yeah, we probably don't have, other centre backs at the club, of that. I mean, we have Mbuyamba, who's like too young, and on the other side we've had like even Zouma, right? Although he started to leave, he still played a lot of games for us last season, and he's a pretty good defender. So I think Ampadu is somewhere in between, and we don't quite know for sure where he's going to go, if he's going to go on loan, if he's going to get sold. So it's a surprise inclusion, I have to say. But he's probably just making up the numbers, and it gives Chalobah the freedom to sort of go on and pick his next club in the next few days, and hopefully he gets a good one, and hopefully improves a lot wherever he goes.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. I want to talk a little bit more about this Chalobah situation, because I think he's a very, very good player. Kishan, you would have seen at least Bournemouth, Arsenal and Spurs. Chalobah, for me, had a very good preseason. Like, he showed that he's more than capable. Maybe not for Chelsea to be in the starting lineup. I think he's more than capable to be in the starting lineup of some of the Premier League teams, like some of the sort of mid-table or whatnot. Obviously, his stocks in League 1 is very high. He did very well with, I think, Lorient, where he played over there. They think very highly of Chalobah. His stocks are quite high in Spain as well because they've seen how he plays. I like this guy. He's a very good player. What's your thoughts, man?
I think exactly the same. He's someone who I don't know if I was that surprised by, because I saw quite a lot of the videos when he was at Lorient, and he looked like a really good midfielder. I think Tuchel sees him more as a centre-back, and that was something that I was reading. Like, when he's looking for a club, they want a club that's going to play him at centre-back and sees him as a centre-back more than a 6. So be interesting to see who he gets. But similar to what Ameya was saying, I think it's just they've decided that he's going on loan, and there must have been quite a lot of interest in him. So he's just staying behind, picking his club, and he'll probably make that move in the next few days. And that's the reason why he's not in there. In terms of Ampadu being in there, I think what's happened in it is Malang Sarr's got a lot of minutes, but Tuchel probably saw the end of the Spurs game and thought, nah, you know what? Let's
contact his agent. Contact.
Stick Ampadu in to give him to give him a few more minutes.
That's
I think
point.
It's literally
That's
as simple
point.
as that. I don't think there's much more to it than that, to be honest.
That actually could be a good point, man. There's a lot of people that were shouting, so loudly for Malang Sarr. I told you guys.
I honestly can't believe how many players we've got at this club. Like, you look at that
insane.
squad of 26, and you forget, obviously, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, you got Barkley, you got Zappa Costa, Batshuayi. Like, it's just
insane.
It's too much.
It's insane. Bakayoko, Danny Drinkwater. Don't forget X Factor, Danny Drinkwater. But yeah, man, Baba Rahman, someone just commented. Just quickly, Ameya, Leicester seems to be in a bit of a, as much as we want to say issue, they still got that Community Shield versus Man City. It's not really a trophy or anything like that, but Wesley Fofana has been injured a long term as well. There is the name of Zuma that's been thrown around, but someone like Chalobah to Leicester, I like that. I think that'd be decent. Brendan Rodgers, very good coach. And Chalobah can play in DM and in the centre-back position. So just quickly, thoughts on a team sort of like that for Chalobah?
It would be a very high-level move, and it would be excellent. But I can't see us, more than us, I can't see Leicester doing that. I'm sure they've got, with no disrespect to Chalobah, but I just think that Leicester would have their eyes on someone else. I think I saw them linked to Ozan Kabak as well, who was on loan at Liverpool. So there are a couple of names being thrown around, and I think Kabak's available for a very cut price deal. So it would be very surprising if Leicester do come in for him. But it would be a fantastic move. But the main issue is he needs, top 5 leagues, consistent game time. That's what he needs more importantly than going to a high-level club. Because imagine if he goes to Leicester, but then he doesn't get the required minutes, right? Then the moves are waste. It's what happened to Ampadu, who went on loan to Leicester. Not Leicester. To Leipzig. My bad. We all thought it was an excellent move at the time, but he just didn't get the necessary game time. He wasn't even on their bench on many occasions, right? So we don't want that sort of stuff to happen. So as much as I would like for him to go to a high-profile club, I would much prefer Chalobah to go to a club that guarantees him first-team action and not just not just the namesake big club.
Yeah, I just want to bring this up. Live chat, let me know if this is correct. Haslan HS Hap has put out a very, very interesting comment out here. Chalobah and Lukaku are not eligible. They played in Europa League and Champions League. Oh, hold on. Lukaku is not eligible. I just realized that this is not so interesting anymore. We are literally working our backside off to get Lukaku so that we can register him for for the Super Cup. So can someone Super Cup is not new season, it's past G competition. Guys, can someone tell me if this is true or not? If this is the reason why we're not seeing, because I find that very strange. We're literally going mad to get Lukaku done so that we can actually register him for the Super Cup. They played in Europa League and Champions League with different teams last year. Ampadu is eligible. He played for Sheffield United that did not play in Europa or Champions League. It's not true. There you go. Alabi Sadiq. It's not true. Haslan, what are you doing, my man? Are you just? Are you just?
He's bored. He's bored.
Yeah,
Just made it
you're
up.
just playing us, aren't you? But yeah, so far Alabi is the only one that's saying that that's not true. Hassan is still saying he's confident. He's confident, Alabi. You got. Yeah, Marcus Rashford. See, this is my man who I want to trust. Because Marcus Rashford is the real one. He's been on my channel for a very, very long time, live chat. He's saying he's a troll. I have to believe that. I have to believe. Marcus Rashford, you win. All right, let's bring this up. The other player, Kishan, I'll go to you first up. Tino Angerin. Tino Angerin is in the squad. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is not. This is interesting because I know we all have a bit of mixed thoughts about this, but I personally thought Ruben Loftus-Cheek had a decent preseason. But I have to admit, that little cameo that I saw of Tina Angerin against Spurs, I was like, that's more than enough for me to say that I'm sorry. I think my focus is now on Angerin and not Ruben Loftus-Cheek anymore. I'm really sorry to say this because I love Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but maybe his future is not at Chelsea. I'll be happy to be proven wrong, but I think there will be a loan move for him. And I hope he kills it wherever he goes. I don't know. He really is desperate to stay at Chelsea. But I don't know whether we will ever see that Sarri days Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Kishan, I mean, are you surprised that it's Angerin and not Ruben Loftus-Cheek?
I am, but I'm not, because I said this like a few weeks ago with Angerin, and it's like you have to kind of buy into him as that new kind of guy, because what was the thing with Ruben Loftus-Cheek is he had that kind of unique body type, and he still does, and he is still taller than Angerin. But Angerin, apart from that, he's got everything that Loftus-Cheek has, but just a lot younger, pretty much. And at what point do you have to kind of let go? Because it's not like Ruben Loftus-Cheek set the world on fire at Fulham. I know the objective was to get like full-time playing the first team and stuff, but he was on the bench quite a lot of the time there as well. So I know he still racked up a decent amount of games, but he didn't set the world on fire. He got like 1 goal, a few assists. I just don't see where he goes from here, because I think he had a decent pre-season, but like you, when Angerin came on and he shimmies past 2 and he hits that left foot shot, I know that got you, Miz. I know that got you. Yeah, so stuff like that. So stuff like that. It's I can't see the whole thing with the loan as well now, Miz. I don't really see the point of a loan, because regardless he does well or he does badly, he comes back and he's at exactly the same point. And we had this season, like last season, the season before. It just seems to happen every single year. So I think we're at a point where he's 25 now. You either cash in or you keep the guy in the squad if you think you can give the guy meaningful minutes. Again, he doesn't really suit this 3-4-3 that we play or whatever, because he's not really a 6 properly as well, is he? So and he's not going to play as an inside forward. So just circumstantially, he's not right fit for the club. I think he probably should move on.
Yeah, man, it's a very good point that you brought up, Kishan, that what is the point of another loan? What is like the point? Oh, we'll send him on a loan and let's see how he does. And if he does well, then he's going to be starting for us.
That was last season. Like literally, that was it. Yeah.
That was last season now being repeated. I mean, Ameya, as Kishan said, 25. Like, this is crunch time now. Like, we've got a star-studded team. Like, you're not going to get that. And we are still in the market for another midfielder, like a DM. We already have so many players that don't get a chance. I don't know if it's going to be worthwhile for Ruben Loftus-Cheek to get that odd game here and there when he really should be playing a lot more. And Thomas Tuchel has said many a times already in this preseason, the future is in his hands. He needs to be at 150%, not 100%. 100% is not going to cut it. 150% is what's going to do the trick. I mean, someone like Tina Angerin, who's a youngster, it probably makes a lot more sense to back him and develop him and maybe part ways with someone who's 25 now. It's sad. It's truly sad. But I mean, I want to see what your thoughts is about this.
Yeah, I mean, we genuinely wanted Loftus-Cheek to succeed, didn't we? Especially that season under Sarri. I mean, he was a bit of a late bloomer. I mean, he was 23 in that season as well, right? Under Sarri, if I'm not wrong, 23 or 24.
Yeah.
So, he was always a little bit of a late bloomer. But yeah, I think by now he should have cemented a spot. I mean, when you're a part of the Lone Army, if you haven't cemented a spot in the starting 11 or the first team, right? Not even in the starting 11, like at least you have a role in the squad by 24, 25. Is he 25 or 26? I thought he was 26.
Let me just check it out. I'm pretty sure he is 25. Whether he's turning 26
soon, I think probably does.
But I mean,
25, 23rd January. So next season.
Oh, yep.
He'll be 26. He'll be 26.
I think it's too late now. That's all I have to say. I mean, as much as I would love for him to make it here, it's just too late. He doesn't fit the system as well. Like Kishan said, I mean, a 4-3-3 is probably the best. An 8 in a 4-3-3, which is what he got under Sarri is his best role. And if he can find a club that utilizes that and that would value him, then it would be the best in both parties' interest to let him go on a permanent. Really, I mean, no hard feelings involved. You just don't fit in, and it just looks like. It was now or never last season, right? And at Fulham, and we just can't afford that now or never situation once again. I mean, like we saw so many comments as well. There's Gilmore coming in, and we have so many other talented midfielders. And just imagine if we get either of Rice or Tchouaméni this summer as well.
I knew you were going to say Rice. I knew you were going to say Rice.
I added Tchouaméni as well. But just imagine if we were to get that profile of midfielder as well. I mean, then you'd have that midfielder, you'd have Gilmore, and apart from those two, you'd still have Jorginho, Kante, and Kovac. It's still at the club, so there's just no way he's going to break into that. A team of that quality right now, and he needs regular game time to improve himself to get back to that. He still lacks a little bit of that aggression, of that flair which he had. I mean, it's been. I mean, I know the Achilles injury stuff, but he's had 1.5 seasons and he has seemed a little bit better than last season, but it would still be it. I just think he has to move on a permanent, man. That's all. No hard feelings involved, nothing, to just wish each other the best for the future, but it's time to move on for Loftus-Cheek.
100%, man. That's how I feel as well. I completely forgot. There was someone in the live chat that asked about Lukaku's conversion rate, and I just realized that I had that page open. Who was it? Was it you, Kishan, that's shared this with me, or was it Ameya?
Yeah,
it was
definitely me. It was me. Yeah, give me my credit.
Kishan, you wanna just quickly talk through this? Do we need to read everything, or do we just need to
no?
I went
to the just slightly higher. So the bit where it says Timo's goal conversion. Yeah, so you see Timo at 8%, Havertz slightly better at 12%. But it does say Chelsea created a truckload of chances, but our finishing was let down. Like I said, I think the quality of chances is still a bit on the low side. I don't think they were absolutely brilliant. Some of them were good chances, but I think we create a lot of good half chances. And if you look down and you see someone like Lukaku's goal conversion last season, 25%, and now his first season in Inter, 23%. So that kind of paints a picture. It's a lot higher than what we've had, especially recently. And these half sort of chances, if you're taking a few of these, then it's going to be a lot more beneficial. And look at that, when it says since 16-17, his conversion rate has only fallen below 20% once, and that's 17. And that was the season where he was a bit of a laughing stock, wasn't it? Or was that the one after? But it don't matter. It's 19% is still quite high in terms of finishing. And then you look at the bottom, and for Belgium, he's a whole different animal. 31 and 36%. If he can replicate that, that'd be amazing. But you're probably going to get around 23 to 25 range, and that's still so much higher than what we've had. And look at where Kane is at as well. So that's mad impressive.
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, I think 16-17 was the Man United. Yeah, that was Conte time. 16-17.
Yep.
I think it wasn't actually. I think 16-17 he was at Everton still. Then he went to United. Yeah.
16-17 is when
that's when we won the league. Yeah. And it was next season we wanted him to replace Diego, didn't we?
Man, where are the mods? Just all of these dumb spammers are out of nowhere, out of control at the moment. Mods, please, as soon as you see this, just time them out, man. This is, oh my god, so frustrating, man. Some of these people, they don't have life, and they just want to come to the live chat and just be stupid. I mean, I don't get this, man. I really don't understand this. Sudarshan, I can see you on the live chat. Do you mind? I'm pretty sure I've got you as a mod, Sudarshan. Let me see if I don't, because I'll make you. Literally, Sudarshan, just cancel all of these spammers, man. Honestly, let me see if I can make you a mod. Yeah, there you go. I've just made you a mod, Sudarshan. Just go mad. As soon as you see any of these spammers, just delete them. Here we go. Here's more of these. Oh, so frustrating. Anyway, going back to that particular tweet again. I just want to bring this up. Yeah, you know what? Give me 1 second. I want to make Gistek a moderator as well. Gistek's one of the OGs. Yeah, nice, beautiful game. Well done, beautiful game. Gistek, I'm going to make you a moderator as well because you're an OG too. Okay. Let's bring this up. Yeah, interesting, obviously. Timo Werner, 12%. Well, Timo Werner's goal conversion rate was abysmal, 8% last season. Havertz was slightly better at 12%. And then Lukaku's goal conversion last season was 25%. And since 16-17, as Kishan said, 20%. It's incredible. It's incredible. So Kane last season was 18%. So it's crazy. I want to now just quickly bring up, lastly, before we wrap things up, we've got 388 people. Smash the like button, get those likes up to well over 300 straight away. Romelu Lukaku's paperwork has not been completed yet. The intention yesterday was to have his medical ASAP, according to top Belgian journalist. Okay, so hopefully it happens very, very soon. This one, Arsenal are now pushing very hard to sign Tammy Abraham. We kind of talked about this a little bit off air, Kishan and I. I want to start with you, Ameya, see what you have to say. I honestly thought Tammy Abraham's, a really good destination would have been Atalanta. If it looks like Atalanta were or are going to have a meeting with Chelsea, Di Matteo, or I think Fabrizio Romano has tweeted that out. I really thought that was a very, very good move. Atalanta is a Champions League team, one of the top clubs in Italian league at the moment. Gasperini is a very, very good manager. They play fantastic football. It will take a bit of time for someone like Lukaku to get used to, the philosophy of it, but he would have learned a lot. But looks like he's keen. He's got his mindset on Arsenal. And Kishan was saying that it's the comfort level and whatnot, but I was more thinking, man, why are you worried so much about the comfort level? You should throw yourself out there and play for a team like Atalanta, and you get to play Champions League. Arsenal's not even in the Champions League. You get to really make your name out there. What's your thoughts about him moving to Arsenal, perhaps?
I think it would be better for him to go to Atlanta, definitely. But at the same time, I think Atlanta were only going to go after Abraham just because, Inter were looking at Duvan Zapata. But it looks like Inter are now going to get the Edin Dzeko deal over the line from Roma. So I
think they're going for both.
Are they? Well, that would be interesting. So, if they do go for both, then that's a good move for Tammy Abraham. Definitely, I think he should be going there. Tammy Abraham's good at scoring, high quality chances, which is what he didn't get at Chelsea. But Atlanta creates so many high quality chances every single game. I mean, it's just attack, isn't it? So honestly, and Gasperini would make him into a monster of a player, into a fantastic goal scorer. I think he won't work on his overall game, but he will bang in lots of goals. Even though he will probably be second choice under Luis Muriel, I would assume. But he'd still get a lot of minutes there in the Champions League as well. I think Atlanta would be a wonderful move from him. And I think Fabrizio Romano tweeted in the next 48 hours, right? That's when Atlanta executives are supposed to meet with Chelsea executives about the Tammy Abraham deal. I think it was yesterday or something that he tweeted that.
Let me
But
just see
yeah,
if I can find that. But yeah, continue, bro.
but yeah, I think it would be an excellent move, and I've been saying that West Ham would be an ideal destination for him, but it seems like West Ham are not interested in signing Tammy Abraham at this point, because I mean it would suit all parties, right? West Ham need a striker, they need a reliable striker, and it would be in London as well. So I think that would be the best move for all parties. But they seem to be annoyed by a high price tag, which is ironic considering how much they're asking for their players. But yeah, I think Atlanta would be a fantastic move for him, and hopefully it does materialize, and hopefully Tammy Abraham does change his mind about going to Arsenal instead and go to Atlanta, because that would be a much better move for him.
I know, Kishan, you've got a different angle to this, which is brilliant, because this is the other side of the coin. Let us know why you don't think, maybe from his perspective, that Atalanta is not really, the ideal destination for him.
For me, like in a footballing sense, like Ameya said, it would make a lot of sense to go to Atalanta, and I get what you're saying, Miz, with the whole Champions League thing, that they're in the Champions League, Arsenal or not. Got more chance of probably being in the Champions League in the next few years as well, Atalanta over Arsenal. But when you look at someone like Tammy, or a lot of English players, I think when you look at how many English teams are actually interested in Tammy, you get quite a lot of names: Arsenal, West Ham. You get Villa quite a lot previously before they signed Danny Ings, what a signing, by the way. And then yeah, there's quite a lot interested in him. So I think he's got enough options in England to stay. And at the same time, I still think an English team is more likely to match the price tag. I know Fabrizio is saying 40 million euros, but 40 million euros is not 40 million pounds. 40 million euros translates to about 33.
I think. Yeah.
I think that's too less. Like, honestly, when speaking about Tammy, I want 40 million pounds as like the sum, because as a goal scorer, I know we don't think he's the guy for us, but he's still a very good goal scorer. So we need to scrape out every penny that we can get, and I just don't think Atalanta will pay that for him. So I still think with Arsenal, another thing that I was thinking quite a lot is, I know before we were linked with Lukaku, they'd get these Lautaro Martinez links a lot, and I didn't want them to get Lautaro. So I always thought, if we send Tammy there, at least that keeps them from Lautaro. But that seems like is more of a Spurs thing now as well. So that's just my side of it on the Atlanta move. I just think he's too English to go out there and try it. Like I was saying, possibly AC Milan, they have Tomori, they have Giroud, who he would have previously played with, so it's a bit different. But Atalanta, I think, is a bit too out there for him.
Yeah, man, that's yeah. Maybe you're right, man. Atalanta is probably a bit too out there, but I would have loved it. I honestly would have loved it. I really want to bring this up if this is true. SP3C14280Y. I'm an Inter fan. Lukaku is such an awesome striker, hands down one of the top 5 in the world. Beast here in Milano. We already cry for him. I can't really take this seriously, honestly. Just being respectful. I mean, top 5 strikers in the world. Sorry, he's talking about Lukaku.
Yeah, I was thinking Miz. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah. He's I thought he was talking about Tammy. I was like, Tammy, top 5 striker in the world, and you want him? Like, wow, no. Yeah, Lukaku, yeah, top 5, 100% top 5. That is true. You guys are crying, man. I know. Honestly, yeah, there was a lot of fans sort of talk about how they were a bit upset about the whole situation, but Inter Milan they're apparently they're going to be in liquidation if they don't sell more of these players. That's why we see tweets like this from Fabrizio. Lautaro Martinez agent Alejandro Camano, again, he's never going to have a fight with Inter to leave the club. Never. Lautaro's an Inter player and he's happy at Italy. He told da-di-da-di-da. But
so weird though, because
this is exactly what happened with Lukaku as well, right?
Yeah, when they sold Hakimi, I thought that was it, and they were saying that, oh, that's our one big player gone. So I think they were just trying to act like they were all fine, and so that they could charge a higher price, because if you know they're in difficulties, you're going to try and lowball them a lot. But Hakimi, Miz, did you see the goal that he scored for PSG yesterday? Made
No,
me
it
think,
didn't.
we missed
Was
out.
it good? Was it
Yeah.
good?
Yeah.
Oh man, he's gonna ball out over there, isn't he? By the way,
Yeah.
Adrian Sheikh, hey Miz, what is Lukaku's conversion rate? We literally just went through that moments ago. So just
25%.
yeah,
Just tell him.
25%.
25%.
But scroll back if you really want to hear that conversation. Yeah, so we talked about Tammy. We talked about. I did want to bring this one up, didn't I? Yeah, this one. Yeah, just quickly to wrap things up, guys. Romelu Lukaku stats: club, country, Anderlecht 98 games, 41 goals, 18 assists. West Brom 38 games, 17 goals, 7 assists. Wow. Everton 166 games, 87 goals, 29 assists. Oh, that's incredible. Man United 96 games. You know, Man United fans, they talk a lot of things about his time at Man United. And I saw a stat the other day. It's literally a goal every second game. So, I mean, that's his poor. Like, that is him being poor. 96 games, 42 goals. That's, you would probably take that with some strikers, to be honest. But if that is his poor, then we can deal with that. But yeah, obviously in Inter Milan, 95 games, 64 goals, 16 assists. Belgium, 98 games, 64 goals. This is incredible. Honestly, it's incredible. I cannot wait for the season to start. Ladies and gentlemen, just quickly to both of the boys, some final thoughts. Ameya, Kishan, I'll go to you, Ameya. Obviously, next time we meet, as Kishan said, we would have played the Super Cup. We would have played the Crystal Palace game as well. Hopefully, there's another title that we can talk about with the Super Cup. How are you feeling moving into this upcoming week?
I'm very excited. Honestly, I could not be more excited. You know, we've got Lukaku on the way, and then the day after that, we've got a shot at a trophy, and a trophy which has evaded us of late. So fingers crossed that this time we do get the trophy. I mean, it was just like last night. I think Squawk or one of those pages, they just tweeted out that Villarreal have lost all of their preseason games, and they face Chelsea next. Right, that is like the biggest jinx that you could ask for, and everyone was in the comments saying, "Why are you doing this?" But hopefully it's not another Unai Emery masterclass, and hopefully we do. The mistake we should not make is underestimating them, because that's what United did. Right, don't take them for granted. Just know that they're good at their game, but play your game and prove that you're better. Right, that's what we have to do, and hopefully we do get our hands on the trophy. Hopefully Lukaku does start against Palace. I mean, it's a long time away, but probably a week's training might be enough. Maybe he might not start. He might come off the bench for the first one, but should be interesting. Hopefully he gets a debut goal, and hopefully the next time we're around, hopefully we have 2 wins in our bag the next time around. But yep, that's about it. And if I could just plug myself,
because of course,
the growth on my YouTube channel has been phenomenal. I think Matt was here in the comments as well. We're on the road to 2K. We're at about 1,850, I think, so just 150 off 2K subs. And Miz was on last week, and we had a madness with Miz on. We had over 100 people live. That's our highest ever. So we're getting there. We're slowly getting there. But yeah, we would much appreciate all the live chat support in my on our channel as well, heading into the new season, and hopefully we can do mad things.
100%. Literally, we still have close to 400 live. Guys, check out the description. The link is there for Ameya's channel. Just go out there and get them to 2,000 straight away. I mean, it shouldn't be a trouble one bit. Kishan, as you've started saying in the beginning of the show, next time around, we'll have Crystal Palace and Villarreal on the bag, hopefully, and another trophy to talk about, Super Cup, which, it's been a bit, I think we won it once though, right? Ages ago. Real Madrid, 98.
Real Madrid.
But this time around, it'll be very, very special. Do you expect any mishaps against Villarreal? I'm being confident. Like, I feel like we're going to go out there and thump them.
Yeah, and I heard you talking the smack about 5 and 6 nil.
Bro. Minimum, bro. Minimum.
Nah, I think in terms of even on paper, like Villarreal doesn't really scare me that much, but I've seen what they can do to English teams. So we've got to be cautious, but we've got way too much. Like, our bench should be way too much for them when you look at it. But it's like, gotta go there and do it. I just really hope that we sign Roman and he gets to come on in the Super Cup game. Like, I know I'm being a bit ambitious now, but I don't think it'll happen. But because it gives him an extra trophy as well. It gives us an extra trophy. But yeah, no, in terms of how important it is, it actually annoys me so much that we didn't get these two trophies done in 2012. But these are the two trophies I need to see us win to like have the complete set. Then I've seen us win absolutely everything. We win this and the Club World Cup. That's done. We're done with football. We can retire there. Never watch again.
100%, man.
I'm just so gassed to see like all these other teams as well. So like even on Friday to watch Brentford against Arsenal, egging on Brentford, seeing Tony back against Arsenal. It's gonna be so good.
Oh man, the Premier League season starting back is going to be mad. All right, we're going to wrap things up, ladies and gentlemen. We've still got about 360 people live. Smash the like button. Let's get those likes up to 300. We're only 39 away from 300 likes in the stream, which will be amazing effort. So let's get that up straight away. You guys have enjoyed it. Share it as well. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. I've just noticed my subscription is just getting closer to 3,800 now. So literally, we've picked up close to 100 subscribers in this stream. So get those subscribers up. Get it close to 3,800. Obviously, check out my panelists in their socials in the description. Make sure you subscribe to Ameya. A couple of announcements. We've got the Villarreal preview will be Tuesday night, and that will be the first show of the Down Under football crew that I'm going to have with Scott and RJ. You guys might have seen the artwork already. You would have seen the intro video. And we've got a player. We've got a player lined up. Premier League player, an Australian Premier League, ex-Premier League player, but big player I'm talking about. So it'll be very, very interesting. You guys want to keep your eyes open for that. Have your notifications on Tuesday night. You'll obviously see the timing and the thumbnail. As soon as you see the thumbnail, you'll know who it is. But I'm not going to give anything away. I'll let the boys know.
You know the first question when we go off air then.
I'll let the boys know. But yeah, do look out for that. The Down Under football crew. It's going to be an amazing show. We'll get to talk to this player about his time in the Premier League and how he looks forward to starting off the season. Obviously, we'll ask him about Chelsea and many other teams, and obviously the Super Cup as well. We'll ask him about that, which will be very, very interesting, and see if we can get some inside goss on some of the players that he played with back in his time, and how did they prepare for the new season, and the club that he was playing for as well. What did they do to prepare for the new season? Because it's a big club that this particular player was playing for. So yeah, do look out for that, and obviously live streams on a daily basis with all of these transfer news that's happening. So yeah, smash the like button, subscribe, have the bell notification on. Until next time, everyone.